If everyday things feel harder than they should, morning time, starting school, getting dressed, beginning tasks, this video is for you. Raising neurodivergent kids is messy, beautiful, and a lot. I'm Mary Ellen Yates, and this is Growing Together, Neurodiversity at Home. Let's figure it out together. Okay, let's get started. A lot of times we assume the problem is motivation, discipline, or attitude. But very often the problem is friction. Friction is anything that makes a task hard to stop, hard to continue, or harder to finish. For neurodivergent kids, friction adds up fast. Common sources of frictions are too many steps, unclear expectations, sensory discomfort, transitions, and executive function demands. When friction is high, some kids literally look like deer in headlights. Their brains are trying to decide flight or fight, and it's just too much. Dysregulation increases avoidance. My oldest son will suddenly do anything except for what is being asked of him. He can't hear, needs to go to the bathroom, or tries to slip outside. My second will find a place to draw or start pacing. The more they avoid, the more frustrated parents usually feel. And that's when things can often lead to arguments. One of the most helpful shifts we made was asking, what is making this so hard right now? Signs that it's too hard are frequent avoidance, emotional escalation, forgetting steps, shutting down partway through, needing constant reminders. These aren't character flaws. These are clues that your child needs help. Here are some ways to lower friction. Fewer steps. Morning routines were a huge struggle for me and my husband for a long time. We dreaded mornings. So we kept lowering the steps until it became manageable for each kid. Cleaning up was another friction point for us. The environment itself was overwhelming, so we had to keep adjusting it. And yes, this meant a lot more work for me and my husband as we tried to figure this out until we hit our sweet spot. Another way to reduce friction is clearer entry points. This means making it obvious where to start. When kids don't know what the first step is in a task, the whole task can feel impossible. Another way is better timing. We had to observe and troubleshoot to figure out the best time windows for different tasks, instead of assuming that everything should work at any point in the day. Another way to reduce friction is to provide more support early. When we introduce something new, there's often more support in the beginning. We're going over the routine together, we're body doubling for a few days, maybe even a week or two, depending on the child. We're asking guiding questions, and then we slowly pull back as they gain confidence. So instead of expecting a child to tackle a task independently, we look at which part is the hardest and support that piece. For us, with 4 kids, toy cleanup was a constant struggle. The issue was that they had free access to everything. So toys would get dumped, moved on from, and then cleanup felt overwhelming for everyone. So me and my husband changed our environment. We reduced access so they could only take out one set of toys at a time, clean it up, and then move on. That shift taught the skill, one thing out, one thing cleaned up, without me having to follow them around all day reminding them, which wasn't realistic. The result wasn't just a cleaner home, it was a calmer home, and everyone has become more relaxed. When the tasks feel doable, kids practice them more. And progress comes from momentum, not pressure. This idea connects closely with regulation and executive function, which I talk more about in other videos. Reduce friction first and skills will follow. I'm Mary Ellen Yates, and this is Growing Together, Neurodiversity at Home.